Hi guys, this is Julia and I'm back today with another video for Squee Stamp Shop, and today I'm going to show you how you can make tiny stamps shine on your card. So let's take a look. I'll be using this adorable stamp set, and you can see there's all kinds of critters and they all have different expressions: happy, silly, maybe even sad, and there's a lot of awesome sentiments that you can use to create different moods for your card. I'm going to start out by die cutting a little piece of paper here. I'm going to cut a frame and I'm going to cut a window there. The frame die is from Mama Elephant, I think, and the oval die is from Pretty Pink Posh. I'm being careful when I peel this off so I won't tear up the paper, because there's a lot of pressure when you send it through your die cutting machine. And then I'm using my scissors to get this frame out of the die. Sometimes they get stuck. Now I want to keep this card clean and simple, but I know I want to direct focus. So I'm just using my Copic marker. You could use any type of marker or pencil that you have to color this in. This saves me from having to die cut it from red cardstock. And then I'm spraying it just once, or maybe twice, with Perfect Pearls Mist, and that will give it a really nice shine, and I hope you can see it well, or you will see it later on. That was just to add some shimmer. Now I'm using my Misty to stamp this little critter and the sentiment. You can use an acrylic block, you don't have to use the Misty. I just wanted to use it here. There we go. And then you can see that I'm coloring this little guy with Copics. I'm using warm gray Copic markers, the W series. And you might think, oh, this is a tiny image, I don't need to use many colors. And I just wanted to use you what kind of effect you can achieve if you do. So I'm using W9, W6, 4, and 00. And I can achieve a really nice gradient on this little critter here. You can see that I have deep shadows and I'm blending out towards the light, and you can add a whole lot of dimension even to a tiny image like this. You don't have to, but I just wanted to show you that you can pull a lot of out of a tiny image like this by adding proper colors. Now I'm using these Altenew warm grays inks, and I am decorating my panel. This is another new stamp set that was released, and it has this tiny heart, and I'm just using this tiny little heart to stamp a pattern on this panel. And yeah, it may have taken me a few minutes, but this way I can create a pattern that will suit the design of my card and yet be very subtle. And after I was done, I flipped this over, so this is the back side of this panel, and I'm using micro pour tape. You could use any type of adhesive tape here. To adhere this little frame that I die cut previously back into this panel. So now when I flip it over, you can see the hearts and you can see the beautiful shimmer that I have on this red frame. And I'm just lining this up on my card base. I'm not gonna glue it down yet, but I have adhesive on this centerpiece, and I'm just fitting this right in to make sure it's going to go exactly where it needs to go. Just pressing this down real well so it will stick. And then I put some foam adhesive on the back of my panel here, and I'm going to adhere that panel on top. Just pulling off all the release paper here. And this will give me just a little bit of dimension. You could of course adhere it completely flat, but I'm a fan of like subtle dimension. Not too much, but just a little bit. So adhere this so you have a tiny little bit of dimension, and the piece with the little critter there is recessed. And then I am sliding in some sequins by Pretty Pink Posh. I used the clear sequins, the sparkling clear ones, in the 4, 6, and 8 millimeter size. The clear ones don't distract from the card design, but they just add a little bit of glimmer and shimmer. So here's a close-up of this frame that I created, which draws the attention to this super cute critter here. And here's a look at the finished card. I hope you got inspired and you liked this tutorial. If you liked it, please leave me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate that. Cheers!